Today we'll be looking at something really fascinating, which is the power of our beliefs and the impact that our beliefs have on our health. Hi, it's Dr. Jinmee Graham, a holistic naturopathic doctor, and today we'll be looking at something really fascinating, which is the power of our beliefs and the impact that our beliefs have on our health. Our beliefs, whether conscious or subconscious, have a profound impact on our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. We'll be exploring insights from Doctors Bruce Lipton and Joe Dispenza, along with some other scientific research. Let's start with how beliefs can shift our biology, starting at the cellular level. Dr. Bruce Lipton's research shows that our beliefs can impact our biology, specifically how our genes express themselves, and this is referred to as epigenetics. Now, what is epigenetics? While we may have certain genetic predispositions, our genes can turn on or off based on our thoughts, beliefs, or experiences as well. So this showcases the power of our minds, our thoughts, and beliefs to literally change our genetic expression, and therefore how our health is impacted as well. One prime example of this is the placebo effect. There have been many case studies showing that individuals have received and experienced true health impacts simply by believing that they are receiving a treatment, even when all they were receiving was an inert substance, such as a sugar pill. The belief that they are receiving some kind of treatment that was meant to help them feel better and get well is what produced physiological changes in their bodies that produced healing within them. Now, a study published in Nature Reviews Neuroscience also supports this, showcasing that just belief alone can trigger our body's healing processes. So beliefs don't just live in our heads, they have real measurable impact on our cells and our biology. Our beliefs can reshape our brains through neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity is our brain's ability to reorganize and rewire itself based on our thoughts, beliefs, and experiences. So our brains can form these new neural connections by thought alone. He emphasizes the power of our thought to heal and transform our health through practices such as meditation and visualization. And he shares many stories of individuals who have transformed their health and healing through these practices alone and have healed their chronic disease and even some terminal illnesses. Through meditation and focused intention, people can shift their beliefs about their health and have seen real measurable changes. Our minds truly are incredible and powerful and have this effect to influence our physical and holistic health. Let's look at how our thoughts can trigger physical responses in our bodies next. Our beliefs can evoke strong emotional and physiological reactions in our bodies, even when there's nothing immediately going on in our physical environment. To showcase this, I'd like to guide you through a very short visual exercise. So feel free to close your eyes or gently look down. Now I want you to picture yourself on a hike in the woods or on a familiar trail, and it's a beautiful, clear, crisp day. There's no one else around on the trail, but you don't mind that because you're very present and enjoying being out in nature. Now really soak in that scene, see what you'd see, feel the sun on your skin and the fresh air, and enjoy the greenery around you. You feel truly at peace. A little bit further up on the trail and off to the side, you notice some rustling in the leaves and the bushes. And all of a sudden, very unexpectedly, out pops a bear right in front of you on the trail. Now again, you're the only one on the trail, there's no one else around to help you, and you've never encountered this before and you have no idea what to do. And this bear doesn't look particularly friendly. You're in complete freeze mode. You have no idea what to do next. And while you're stuck in this state, this bear starts now coming towards you on all fours. Now pay attention to what might be happening in your body in this moment. Your heart rate might be a little bit elevated. How's your breathing? It might also be a little bit more rapid or shallow. Notice if there's any tension in your body or in your muscles. And I want you to ask yourself, why is this the case? You can open your eyes. You're right here watching this video in the safety and comfort of your own home or wherever you are, and there's no bear, there's no threat around you. Now, just as our minds can create these scenarios that produce these chemicals of stress in our bodies, we can also use our minds to ground ourselves and come back to the present moment. So go ahead and take a deep breath in and then a long exhale out, all the way out. And take a few more breaths like this as you need. Look around you and just name some items that you can see. Touch the fabric on your clothing to just ground yourself to where you are. Now, even though nothing was physically happening, our minds can create the stress response that affects our entire bodies. Now, while many of us may not ever encounter a bear like that in our lifetimes, the modern bear of today looks like our work deadlines, or the stress we have at work or in certain relationships, or the worry we have about our own health or the health of our loved ones or the state of the world. And as you can imagine, when we continuously loop some of these thoughts and whatever beliefs we have about these thoughts, these can create real physiological reactions in our bodies. Now, while it's true that our negative beliefs can harm our health, the flip side is also true in that our positive, empowering beliefs can provide health and healing in our bodies as well. We'll get to that in a moment, but for now, I want to stay with how negative effects can impact our health. Beliefs that are rooted in fear or anxiety can lead to chronic stress, which increases the stress hormone cortisol in our bodies, which in turn lead to increased inflammation, lowered immunity, and can lead to chronic disease overall. A study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences showed that chronic stress can lead to something called glucocorticoid receptor resistance. And essentially what happens is that our bodies can't regulate inflammation properly or downregulate the inflammatory response, which leads to an increased risk of developing chronic disease. The good news is that we do have the ability to change our negative beliefs and restore balance. So how do we shift these negative beliefs? Well, the first step in making any kind of change is awareness. We need to first identify and notice what our limiting beliefs are that are running the show. Some of these may be easier to identify, the ones that are more conscious that we can easily name, but others may be more subconscious and deeper rooted, and we may not know that they are running the show constantly, but these are the beliefs and thoughts we have that we typically revert to in times of stress. So with time and space, we can discover what those beliefs might be. Some common beliefs that some people have, for example, are I'm not good enough, or I'll always be a failure, I'll never succeed, or I'm too old, or I'm too young, or I'll always be stuck with this problem and I'll never get through it. It's no use. These kinds of beliefs can really ruminate and loop in our minds and really run the show, and you can imagine what kind of state in our bodies this produces. Once we're aware of our current negative beliefs, we can start to shift those negative thought patterns through practices such as meditation and visualization, and studies have shown that these interventions are highly effective. By actively working on shifting these beliefs, you can create a healthier mindset and therefore a healthier body as well. Now, to summarize, the power of belief is extraordinary. Your thoughts have a profound impact on your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. And holistic health is truly about acknowledging this interconnectedness between all those parts. We are not just a separate mind and body and spirit. These are all integrated within us, and anything that influences one area also impacts the others, as we spoke about today with the mind-body connection. Remember, you have the ability to change your beliefs and unlock new potentials for your health and well-being that you may not have thought were possible in the past. Of course, in the beginning, as with anything new, making this change might feel a little bit difficult or unfamiliar, and it will take effort and repetition. Your current limiting beliefs have probably been with you for many years, so in your mind, those neural connections are wired very tightly, kind of like a superhighway that's very easy to go down with speed and ease. So when you start to form new neural connections that are more empowering and positive, especially if this is unfamiliar to you, it will take some time to lay that groundwork. So at first it might look like you're in the woods and you're trying to trailblaze a new path. You'll have to walk down that path over and over and over again before you start to notice a visible route. And then eventually you can lay down some gravel and maybe even concrete, and that path will become more solidly formed so that in the future, that path will be easier to travel on than the previous limiting or negative belief. So it does take time and patience, but with practice and repetition, you absolutely can shift your beliefs and therefore the effect that your beliefs have on your overall health, well-being, and life. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more holistic health content, and let me know in the comments how belief has impacted your life. I'm Dr. Jinmee Graham, and I'll see you in the next video.